Hi, Anti-Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, to some more Tower of God Webtoon chapters. And I don't know what I feel going into this other than stressed and also already put out about Rachel. I know that she's got some kind of gift or whatever. I don't want her to be special. And I do want Rock to be okay. So I guess we're finding this door where Karaka is. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, whatever. Deal with the Rachel of it all. Don't let it get to your head. You're not special. See? Can't even catch the thing that's supposed to be keeping an eye on you or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it's like part of the gift, because there's this like implication that both her and Bomb were like given something. I don't know. We were just like the two of them, like the two of whom. But then we saw like Bomb and Rachel, so I'm assuming that I don't know anymore. There are so many plot lines. Oh, no. Be strong, Bomb. You've got this. Old habits. It's fine. We stood up to her. Steadfast. Because she will try and leverage it if she thinks she can get something out of it. Also, you're suspect at the moment. Don't think I forgot. Once again, Bodo is the only one who is like, this is crazy. What are we doing? We went on the hell train. Yeah? We dealt with all of that. Bumped into someone who used to be a god. That was a whole thing. Then we went to the floor of death. Bumped into a different person who's basically a god. Just got back. And you want us to what? Go and fight yet another godlike person? Thank you. Thank you for being the voice of reason at every step of the way, even though he is powerless in the face of stopping any of it from happening. Bodo's just there to be like, okay, fine. I love that that's just how things worked out. Very casual about it. I like that we're given choice. Choice is good. I love the, where are you going? Oh, I can't tell you that. I understand that there's like other things going on, but like, Kun, you can't ask people to do something super dangerous and then be like, I'm not going to give you any specifics though. Sachi, we usually know the stuff. We usually have some information about what's going on. I love anyone who wants to tag along, even though it's dangerous and you can't ask any questions. It's a lot of trust to put into people, especially from Kun. He would never, unless I guess Bomb was asking him, they'd be like, sure. But like literally anyone in that room right now was like, these are the conditions, it's super dangerous, and you can't ask about what is going on. Kun will be out of there. He'd be gone. Sachi's just, sure. I think he understands. I feel like the god it is, I understand some of what's going on. Yeah. But I was like, he told us nothing. Yeah, I was like, I feel like if anyone might already know what we're talking about, it would probably be Sachi. All right. Choice is good. Wow, you just got like everybody invited, huh? Couldn't have a moment of peace by herself. Everyone's here. Does everyone have a red thing going on? Except for like, I don't know if we're letting them, but okay. I say that like Lady Yuri couldn't be a real problem to deal with if she actually decided to put her foot down and be like, you guys cannot do this. But unless she's willing to do that, I don't know if her input is gonna shift things all that much. I love casually, I'm allowed to come along. Ooh. There goes our guide. I don't like that we can't see your face while you're talking about this. Also true. What is more important than keeping an eye on Bomb? We still can't see your eyes. Probably. I love that Kun is always like taking notes. I'm keeping track of everything. I know something's going on. Thank you, Endorsi. Speaking for the people. Oh yeah, we do technically have to deal with her because of like Hockney and the painting, and fine, okay. Only because I like Hockney. Thank you. Thank you. I agree, but also probably yes. It's probably a legitimate reason or whatever, but I don't have to like it. Yeah, okay, yeah, she knows things. She would definitely try and stab us in the back if we left her behind, too. Like, we would just be giving her time to plot and make, like, deals with people. So I guess, yeah, maybe we keep her with us and then at least we can keep an eye on her. Corral her away from some of the powers that be. She also knows a lot of stuff. Maybe we can do some interrogation? That's a good way to convince her. To be like, hey, if you find it first, there's a prize. Oh, we want someone else to have it? Bomb, I thought that was your thing. Unless he's, hey, I would rather not have all of the immense godlike power. I just assumed it was going to be you. Can anyone else have the thorn fragment without going crazy? Because we just saw what happened with Heljo. What if it starts talking to them? What if they make a deal to step on people to get higher? He's probably giving her a chance because he's like a decent person who's, you deserve a chance to try. I think she deserves prison, but to each their own. I say that like Kun is like also one of my favorite characters, and like he's done some things, but at least he's loyal. Yeah, she's not gonna like the pity. Oh, we're officially enemies now? It's a deal then. And also fairness. He's got that whole it should be fair thing. And still a choice. I like that we're sticking to our we're not friends, I'm not chasing after you decision. Even though like you can see that there's still like feelings, right? Bomb hasn't actually worked through all of the stuff yet. It's just, I get that I can't keep chasing after you because the person that I was chasing after doesn't exist. Like, the vision that he had of who Rachel was in his head is not who she actually is, or who she wants to be, right? Like, we've had like whole discussions where she's, I don't want you to do this, and he's okay. No means no, and the fact that Rachel has on multiple occasions said that she doesn't want Bomb chasing after her, that he's okay, I won't, right? And I don't have to, and also you're not the person I thought you were anyway. So he's still unpacking all of that while there's everything else happening in the story. So obviously there's still some feelings happening. My sweet boy, who on occasion does also do just like a little bit of crimes. It's fine. Ooh, is that from the little flying thing? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it from the flying things, like the fins or whatever? Yeah, you. Oh, that seems bigger than last time. I don't like that there's just, is it a mouth? What are we doing? Also, is it a shark? I get we have the aquatic imagery, but it being a shark and associated with Rachel also is like symbolic. Oh, I was gonna say, isn't that Endorsi? I like that she has this sportswear on under her skirt. There's a lot happening with this outfit, but good for her. From like high fashion to practicality. We love growth. Yes, thank you for being rageful about that. I know probably they're gonna spin it into a joke about jealousy, but I feel Endorsi's also, remember when she tried to kill you multiple times? Maybe we don't take her on a mission that is already very dangerous. Maybe we don't. Yes, he's not technically defending her. I need to make a deal because we're not friends. And she has something that I want, and I have something that she wants. So make a deal. Are we gonna let Endorsi interrogate her? I was gonna say let Kun do it, but because Kun can like run laps around Rachel. Rachel thinks she's the smartest person in the room, and Kun's just, that's cute. Sit down. Endorsi, she has her moments, but she's also very emotion driven. Exhibit A. So I don't know if she has the strategy to deal with it, because Rachel, if nothing else, she can rile up people's emotions. I don't know if we should be guilt tripping. Though, fair point of being like, if you want it to be a team and we're all doing this collectively, like agreeing to do this, to go to the hidden floor together, then we all have to agree on what the plan is and who gets to be there. And if you have someone on the team who's strongly like, I hate that person and do not trust them and do not want them here, it's going to cause issues, right? So you two need to hash it out before we get into a near-death experience. Deal with it before it's a problem. Oh, my sweet boy. He's just okay. All right. Heart to heart or a possible fist fight in the making? Endorsi would win that. It's got to be something else. Endorsi would win a fist fight. Hands down. Wouldn't even be a competition. I love how aggressive she's like, stomp, stomp, like sit down, authority. Yes, call her out. True. I was thinking that. I'm like, we are kind of riding Bomb's coattails, which I'm not saying is like a bad way to advance, but it's certainly not what Rachel wants. She wants the opposite. She wants to be important and special, and Bomb keeps getting in the way of that because he is important and special. He keeps existing to prove that she isn't, right? Bomb himself is proof that Rachel is not who she claims to be or wants to be. And there's the emotional kind of dig. Though we did get the admission, yes, jealous, yes. Because at the end of the day, Rachel is important to Bomb, right? Like, for all of she isn't who he thought she was, she's still like core to the person that he became, like the person he is right now. She's always going to be important to Bomb, even though it's a complicated thing. I get this. I understand that Endorsi has a bunch of stuff that Rachel would want, because like strength, skill, intelligence. Endorsi has already done the stepping on people to survive and to get power, right? And to have some like prestige to her name, right? People know who Endorsi is. People know what a princess is. Like, they know the people that she's associated with that make her important, right? Of course, Rachel wants all those things. And I'm going to predict, we'll see, but I feel like Endorsi is jealous of Rachel because Rachel does have at least someone who would have done anything for her. Like, the one thing that Endorsi wants is someone that like she actually can rely on, who isn't going to leverage her name or her status or her powers, like her ability, right? There's so many people in her life who she's only important to as long as she's useful. And that's why there's all of this stuff happening with her. Like in the last couple of chapters, when she was talking about like she wanted to see people like a princess who had left and was doing okay, right? Like she was like, oh, I could leave and it doesn't have to end in tragedy the way that I've been told or that I've seen with others. There's a chance that I could just live okay. And she wants that escape because she's used to people seeing her as an accessory, as a tool, as something they can leverage and use. And she just wants people who actually care about her. If she got to the point where she had someone like Bam, right? And I think it's part of the reason that she's like friends with him, or there's this kind of infatuation in some way. I know it's played off from this like crush romantic lean, but I think there is something more of a fascination that she has with who Bam is as a person. Like genuinely, when you put like the jokes aside, that is because he is so genuinely loyal to people and just like genuine, full stop. If you ask Bam what he's thinking or feeling, he'll probably tell you, which is not what Endorsi is used to. That's what she's jealous of, is like having Rachel had someone who would have literally done anything for her, and she threw it away for like power and I guess like notoriety, right? Yeah, and I wish I could just be born with that, given what we know about Endorsi and the stuff that she's been through, right? Of like the whole flashback of getting to sit at the table, literally like eat or be eaten imagery with her upbringing. Anyone saying I wish I had been born just like that too, to have been gone through the same childhood and upbringing as Endorsi did, is like a complete misunderstanding of like who Endorsi is as a person and what she's been through. I don't know if I would describe Endorsi as cool-headed, but I like that we're self-aware. She's not forgiven for everything. She has a lot of like guilt and like self-blame as well, but also she's done some things. Honestly, Rachel probably would have made a good princess with all of it. Like, she's manipulative and power hungry enough that she would have fit right into the dynamic of like why the princesses exist and the families exist the way that they do. Yep. I also love that we're getting like the serious Endorsi. Like, even when she's trying to push Rachel's buttons, she's significantly more serious here than she is with Bam. That's why I'm like, I feel like some of the like infatuation that's played into this romantic leaning side of things is like for the comedic relief of the story, and also because Endorsi likes putting up walls. She likes distancing herself from people because that's what she was brought up to do. Like, you can't connect to people when you're one of the princesses because chances are that person's gonna be competing with you or an enemy at some point. And so she plays up this joking persona because it's the separation and a defense mechanism that she doesn't get too attached, even though she is in a lot of ways, but it gives her like plausible deniability in a lot of ways, right? Like, she's allowed to continue to be detached and she still is technically a princess, so she can't just like completely run off or whatever, right? There's so many complexities to Endorsi and the way that she presents herself that I like that in this moment we're getting her being very serious and straightforward, and she's not like stomping around anymore. She's not like raising her voice. She's not playing up anything. She's almost like stoic in a way, and I think that says a lot about how she looks at Rachel and like who she is as a person, that like in this moment the persona kind of falls away because she's like, what's the point? You wouldn't understand anyway. Endorsi doesn't have to hide from Rachel. Rachel would never get her. Oh, I feel like we're not gonna fight because, like I said, Endorsi would mop the floor. If we have to go to the hidden floor together, we're gonna fix this beforehand. Oh, okay. Test. Let's see how this goes. You're not gonna win this fight. There's no way. I also like Rachel's, there's no way I could do that. I'm like, true, but I think that's part of the test of being like, are you willing to push yourself, to go up against unbelievable odds, to risk yourself for the people that you're traveling with, right? Because if they're going into a near-death experience, you need to be able to rely that the people you're with are going to help you, or at least stick around and not stab you in the back and leverage the situation. And Rachel would 100% do that. She's surprisingly not angry though, like I pointed out. Not that she's gonna attack, but... And also, like, I feel like some of this test too is Endorsi being like, all right, you want to be one of the princesses? You want to have experienced what I grew up with? This is what it was. I was given a weapon. I was told to survive. Do it, right? Like, I'm sure Endorsi went through this hundreds of times. I'm sure this is something that she had to go up against all the time. And she made it this far because she was like, you just survived. You just kept going. And like, it wasn't fair. but you figured it out because you had to. Yeah. Do it, Rachel. All of this, it's not fair. I should have been special. I should have been the chosen one. All right. Prove that you should be here. Go for it. Or at least try. Yeah, I'm like, this is very therapeutic to me. The Rachel getting kicked around does make me feel a little bit better. And the fact that it's best girl Endorsi also makes me feel better. I'm sorry. Violence is never the answer, blah, blah, blah. It's a work of fiction. I'm allowed to be a little bit vindictive, okay? I like that. I like that it looks to me like you're the one who's gotten far more than you deserve, right? Because she was saying, oh, it's not fair, like you were born with all of these things, right? Rachel's perspective of Endorsi is you were just given all of this. You just got to have it. Especially the focus on like pretty that we got, right? Because the perception of somebody's beauty, right? A lot of the time we look at that as like, I don't know, God-given gift, right? Or something that you're born with and that you didn't have to try for. And it's just going to make your life easier by default. And I think that, yeah, there's a discussion to be had about like pretty privilege and the perception that people have of you based on how many of the beauty standard boxes you check off, right? But the fact that she focused on that of being like, this thing that we perceive as you're just born with it or you're not. You just fit into the mold or you don't. You just got born with some like an easier path than me. And we know from Endorsi's backstory that she wasn't, right? There are so many things that she struggled with to get to where she is. And now she's, oh, you just got to like blame other people and shift responsibility and rely on other people to do your dirty work for you. Sounds like you had it easy because I had to claw my way to where I was. Yeah, there was a certain level of like ability and power and like being born associated with certain people, and like the tower is complicated, but none of it's fair. Everything comes with upsides and downsides, and no one gets to choose where they're born or how they're born. None of us get to decide that, so none of it's fair, and you just have to, sometimes you just gotta fight for something. You just have to put in the work. You just have to dig your heels in. She's not gonna like that though. Called out? Made to reflect on herself? That's not like Rachel at all. Oh yeah, there's also that going on. Which is also, I feel like, something that you were given. Even in this context, Endorsi gave her the weapon. She's still being given things to like even out the playing field or make it fair. Okay, we also got some vibes. Oh, that's ominous. Why would you do that to me? I don't need us to be getting death vibes. Yeah, is that also part of, are we like feeding off of Rachel or whatever? Because it's gotten bigger. So I'm assuming that's coming from somewhere that Endorsi can sense it? I don't know if she can see it, but okay. But she can feel that something is off. Nice. Are we going for Rachel or are we going for whatever is around? Yeah, that is a cool shot though. I like the framing of it with the like emotion marks. Like we have some cool lines competing with each other, right? Like in terms of the directionality of a bunch of the lines, which I think just adds to the kind of chaos of the panel. And I like that. I also like that we're outside the gutter a little bit. Yeah. See, not only does Endorsi have more ability in terms of just strategy and fighting, she's smarter than Rachel. Oh, I don't like that. Is this the near death? Because we said near death and then we immediately went back to Endorsi, and I don't want that. I like Endorsi. She's great. It's fine. Whatever. Fine. I'm just gonna be stressed the whole time. I don't know why we're being ominous, but it's freaking me out. I need it to not be Endorsi. I don't like that we have that. We have this like ominous and then it's like title card, whatever. I need this to also not be symbolic of something about to happen. I don't need another reason to dislike Rachel. We all know this. Is this bomb? Is he being like, hey, weirdness is happening? But also, okay, so I feel like the creature, right? The like shark thing. I'm assuming it's from, because we had at the end of the previous couple of chapters that I did with, I can't remember his name, the glasses guy. He's had, because he's one of the Poe family and they like summon creatures. So I'm assuming that it's connected to that. And is it because of the poison thing? He like did the whole like stared at her and he's okay, she's fine. So is that connected to the creature and like feeding off of her or like stabilizing her? I don't know. Oh, it's Lady Yuri. If anyone was gonna actually get Endorsi to stop, of course I was watching. Of course I'm keeping an eye on you. You're my special project. Oh, maybe we don't watch somebody in the shower. That's... Remember we were talking about characters doing things that they might get them in prison? They're like, I am the law. Try me. Yeah, I'd be given some side eye too, because she knows there's something. She just can't see it. Like, she can't figure out what it is. She just knows that there's something. She's probably gonna try something stupid. She'll try anything if she thinks it'll get her where she wants to be. Yeah, but of course, like, Endorsi's like, fine. If Lady Yuri is... Because, look, in a fight between Endorsi and Rachel, I'm like, Endorsi's gonna just annihilate Rachel in this. But Endorsi versus Lady Yuri, don't fight outside of your weight class. Like I said, if Lady Yuri actually decided, I'm gonna put my foot down about any of the stuff that's happening, I don't know if anyone could stop her. Like, maybe Bomb. Maybe, but it would be a lot, especially now that she's, maybe I just use multiple of the month series weapons. Why not? So yeah, I would also be like, fine, I won't pick fights. Yeah, we've got a like death omen. I love how like we got a vague, I think someone's close to death, and Bomb's like, uh-oh, I just left Rachel and Endorsi together. If anyone was gonna be in a death match. I mean, there was a slightly more than just chatting, but we didn't exactly get what we wanted from the interaction. We're not gonna talk about that? Bomb knew something was going on. Yeah, I don't like that either. Oh, we left the weapon. Are we not gonna take that back? Maybe we can't, given the ominous presence lurking. Oh yes, I guess we do need to leave because of the ladle of it all. The elders? Why are we putting the quotation marks? It just says call as well. We don't know exactly who you're talking to. That's not fair. Ooh, look at Evan. Evan knows all. Oh, good. There's just more mysteries to Foog. Love that. Love that there's more. It's not like we're still dealing with Karaka. It's fine. Whatever. I love that I'm not gonna explain this. And I was like, I know. I'm letting you know that I know. I love that Evan is just no fear. I like that this is one of the few times we get like a good look at her face. I really like the way that the art plays off of the fact that you can't see her eyes all the time. Like part of it's like the eye patch. She's like literally two-faced in a lot of ways, right? But I love how much they play off like her hair and the eye patch and like blocking for her, because as someone who can see so many things, being a guide means that like she's so aware of a lot more that's going on than the average person, and like her connections with Foog means that she also knows a lot of the things that are going on that our main cast doesn't really have context for. I love the contrast of those two things, of someone who I definitely feel like knows more of what's going on generally at every point in the story, and just playing off of this like when we can actually see her expressions and when we can't, and when you can see her being genuine and when she's not. And I feel like this is probably true. Like she probably doesn't know everything that's going on the hidden floor, but she probably has more context than most. Sure. So like it's a what, Pandora's box? That's probably fine. That legend turned out fine. Ooh, outfit change! Oh, are we taking her? Do we have to? I guess she chose to. But... I also love that we have the sleeping car, and then we have the sleeping before. Slumber, or like, you talk about awakening something, right? Of it suddenly being active after being left alone, but I think also dream logic in a way, especially since they're the hidden floor. There's something like artificial about it, right? So it doesn't have to function the same way that the rules on the different floors do. It's kind of like with the floor of death, where because there wasn't a like floor administrator or whatever, that the rules didn't work the same way, and you can bend some of it, but there's still limitations to the magic system and to our characters. Whereas with the hidden floor, I feel like there's gonna be more opportunity to flip things on its head and maybe lean into that chaos, which doesn't make me even more stressed. I'm fine. We weren't talking much before, but we definitely aren't now. Your speech did consist of, it's very dangerous and I can't tell you anything. So, I don't know, Sachi might show up. And if Sachi shows up, I'm assuming Bodo will be with him. Didn't you say you needed help? I don't think we can assume we're going by ourselves. Nice. Except you, I'm worried. But I like that everyone's showing up. Even Sugar Rush. See, I also don't like that even though this looks incredibly cozy to wear, we cannot see your eyes, and your eyes are always closed, and I don't trust you. I love that he's so excited. He like runs over, he's like, you all came to help. Why am I just Candy? I called you Sugar Rush, so. I love how we're having this conversation, and Bodo's like literally cut off from the panel. He's, I'm also here. Oh, he's so cute. I'm just taking a moment to appreciate this because it's not going to last. I feel like the next story arc definitely stresses me out because I feel like it might be the last one of the season. I don't know for sure because I'm experiencing this in real time, but I feel like given how many chapters we have left, given some of the general vibes, it is either going to be the last part of the season or somehow we are going to end up somewhere worse. So I'm just taking a moment to appreciate that our little cinnamon bun is happy right now and has his friends. Because I don't think it's gonna last, and now we have a death omen, and I don't like it. Unless it's Rachel. I'm okay with it being Rachel. It'll probably be sad for somebody, but like, I'll be fine. Okay, this is a cool panel, but like, it does freak me out. Oh, speaking of people who could see stuff, Hockney, can we see the thing? Because if anybody could, it's not intimidating. I was also saying, it's kind of like a rib cage. Is that ominous? This place seems fishy. Hey, look, I need to take the jokes while I can too, because I don't trust this to not end in tears. Season 1 was wild at the end. So I'm like, end of season 2, we've been here for ages, and I'm just very stressed. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I feel like we wouldn't be bringing that up unless it was relevant at some point in the near future. Yeah, that's gonna come back. No, we were literally just, hey, something really bad might happen. This might be a really dangerous situation. Why on earth would you split up? That never goes well. I agree that like maybe we shouldn't wait around for something to attack us, but splitting up is never a good idea. I've seen enough episodes of Scooby-Doo that I know when you split up is when the monsters show up. I feel like Lady Yuri might have a plan though. There might be something, because why is she leaving Bomb behind? I also don't like that we're leaving and Rachel's here with the ominous fish thing going on. I was gonna say, oh no, is she about to be attacked? But then I remembered that she has like a guardian thing going on. That's horrific. Why do you have so many teeth? No, I don't want to know. I asked it and I'm like, nope. See, the moment you split up, the monsters appear. So much for finding the boss before it finds you. Whoa. Are we gonna see the shark thing? It is cool looking. Every panel, I'm like, I like the swooshing ability of the design. And it fills up so much of the panel. I'm just scared of what it might mean. And I think it's getting bigger. I don't like that it's getting bigger. What does that mean? That's chaotic. There is a lot happening. There's a lot of these bird things going on. Pelicans related? I do like having all the feathers and stuff though. I think it's a cool way of just like filling in the panels and like environment and like adding to the chaos. Like I was saying with the lines going lots of different directions, you can also get that with these feathers, right? Because they become these lines and like squiggles in the background as you get all of the motion and like distance from them. So they just add so much like scattered chaos throughout the panels. And I think that fits really well with having a stagnant photo that you're trying to show action in, right? Of being like, there's enemies from all these different sides, and there's just so much motion going in all these different directions. Yeah, that's what I just said. Takes an artist to know an artist. Oh, be nice to Bodo. He's the only one that knows what's going on. See, that, am I crazy or is that bigger? I'm assuming, what, Shinsu or something? Like, we're feeding off of it? I feel like we're eating things and getting bigger, and I don't love that when it's with Rachel. The casual's like, whoa. Oh, yeah, that's what we were looking at? And you're just like, crazy. Surprisingly chill, given what's going on. Good team up, though. These three together? Crazy to put those kind of skill caliber all in one team. You got this. I believe in you. You got backup. I don't like that the teeth almost look like a swirling, even though it's not, but because the teeth are from all these different directions. Is it the Sorlak pit that I'm thinking? Not to get all of my pop culture references in. The unedited version, to be clear. The pre-remasters, where it was just a pit with a lot of teeth. I love that. Stop whining. I got this. Yeah, you do. Look at her go. I love that Lady Yuri wasn't even part of this. She was just like, that's wild. Anyway, we were learning a lot of stuff. Like, even just Kunin and Endorsi teamed up together is impressive. And I like that for our chances, because if anything weird's going on with Rachel, I know these two are going to be on it. Is that good? Or are we entering another boss battle? Did the music shift? Okay. Yeah. Where's Karaka, though? Oh, are we inside? Ugh, I need you to leave him alone. He's already been through a lot. I also don't like the two of them together chat and figure things out, because I'm very nervous about what happens when Karaka finds out who Wangnan is. Even though I don't really know, but I know that there's a connection, and I'm still stressed about it because I'm like, what does that mean? To what extent? I like the loyalty, but also your unrecycled tin can. Wild. Not entirely inaccurate, though. I would like us to not do that. I would like us to not do that because I've already been through enough trauma and Wangnan's been through enough trauma, and also he's on a little bit of a like murderous vendetta. The fact that it's with the hand that has the ring too. Symbolism. This is not going to go well for you. Oh, are we crying? My heart hurts. I don't know what's gonna happen with Wangnan though. Like, something crazy is gonna happen if you actually push him too far. I don't trust anymore. Yep, that's the ring. See, this is why I was nervous about y'all being in the same place together. We've also been distracted from the fact that there was like a threat. Oh, I don't know if I want you to be alone. Also, that looks... I don't know, that looks like a lie. That, are we shocked? Are we surprised? Are we like manic? I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like that it was enough to like derail him from the threat that happened, right? Like where we just, also the lineup of the eyes of being like, again, the kind of like yellowy gold and then like yellowy gold with the lighting and everything. Yeah, I was like, of course we're gonna end there. Just enough to make me tense up and be like, bye, see you next time. I'm so stressed. I need to calm down. It's a fictional story. They're fictional characters. Everything, it'll be fine. I don't like that we split up. I feel like it's probably fine for right now because it seems like we dealt with the boss fine and then everyone with Bomb seemed also to be okay, but don't split up. Don't split up. That there be monsters, okay? Don't do that. But and then I was like, I'm nervous with the like, let's use you as a bargaining chip, right? Karaka's like, I'm gonna use Wangnan as a bargaining chip to get Violet because that's who I actually want to have leverage on, right? I'm like, that seems like it's gonna be a bad time because there's a connection there. And I don't know entirely what the connection is because I feel like it might be like, because there was like a familial connection, right? Like brother was the word used, but I don't know about the translation and I don't know how that actually applies because we get the princesses too, like Lady Yuri and like Endorsi will call each other sisters, but there's not like an actual like immediate lineage kind of connection, right? It's just because they're both princesses of Jihad that they call each other sister. And sometimes the princesses use that as a little bit of a less than respectful term. Like sometimes they are quite, because there's like beeping. Sorry, I live perpetually around construction. It's construction season in Canada. I don't know if the connection there is like actual familial ties or if it's just like a connection in terms of like house or some other like association of being part of the same group connected to Jihad, right? Because they both have the ring, so there has to be like some kind of connection there, right? I don't know, but it's stressing me out and I need them to not talk alone because I don't think it'll go well. And I'm like, Wangnan's not exactly stable at the moment. Like he's still on that I'm out to murder someone for the deaths of my friends. And I just feel like if we push him into a corner or we give him an excuse, he's probably gonna take it. And I don't know what that's gonna do to him. And I'm worried because I do like him. I like when I want to be a hero. He wants to be the very best, like no one ever was. I have to make jokes because it helps me cope. But I feel like there's so much going on. We're not even on this floor yet. I'm worried about Rachel. I'm always worried about Rachel, but I'm especially worried about this creature lurking around her, protecting her. I'm worried that there's this omen that's happening where Hockney, I think someone's close to death. The whole, we need to decide who's going to get the thorn fragment. I just assumed Bomb was going to get it. Maybe he will anyway, because protagonist. But like now there's like this implication that it could be someone else, and it's fine. Everything's fine. I don't know why you're stressed. I'm not stressed. But I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. You can click this playlist to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe specific time I post a Tower of God reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.